All my days is about to start, you know. You lot, welcome back to another reaction video with your boy G for Junior, which will later. And I'm saying, but before the J and the dash is a Sam. You get me? Sam is just short for Samuel. Yeah, it doesn't have its own meaning. It's not a abbreviation or none of that. So yeah, it's been a while since man's been in this attire still. Who recognizes the fit though? You get me? Well, where my real ones at? But yeah, we got Louaista as usual. Why does everyone hate Lord Jamar or Uncle Jamar? Yeah, one of the above, but man don't really know him, so I'm getting to know him and gonna enjoy the documentary at hand. And yeah, we'll see what's going on and that. Yeah, man. So yeah, let's lock in. Let's lock in, mod.
Rappers whose heyday is long behind them.
Yeah, Lord
Their
Jamar.
options post-hip-hop career used to be pretty bleak.
So he was
Some used to wound up working regular
a
jobs,
post rapper.
while others couldn't bear the fame spotlight. Thus, along the way, they embarrassed themselves. And in certain extreme cases, they even wound up back in the street. But since the era of podcasts and in-depth online interviews began, there have been an uprising of former MCs with name recognition who have made a living basically being a cultural analyst. Whether it's Joe Budden, Nori, or Boosie Badass, many of them make their name now by dispensing their opinions on everything.
And the newest edition, 6ix9ine, you get me? He's doing everything: podcasts, interviews, streams. Like, that guy is just entertaining. And we've known this for a while now.
That's going down in the genre. But if there's one man whose new career path isn't doing them any favors, it's Lord Jamar. Over the past few years, the former brand Nubian rapper has tried to renew his relevance by essentially being the hip-hop equivalent of an old man shouting at the sky. Sometimes, he may have a valid point.
Shouting at the sky.
His takes are biased, uncensored, and sometimes straight up ridiculous.
Who do you like better, and who's had more of an influence on LA? The Game or Kendrick Lamar?
Influence?
In a quick, thinking about it, when he said done more.
Influence. Ooh. Wait, what was the first one?
And sometimes
influence on LA. Who do you like better, and who's had more of an influence?
Okay, I like Kendrick better. I haven't really listened to much of the Game, but I think even if I did, I would still rate Kendrick more, because Kendrick is just he's an artist without the E, bro. Like, Jenny, that guy is just freak of nature. Very talented. And in my opinion, he's top 5. Top 10, but top 5, innit? And when it comes to influence, I mean, I don't really know. Nah, come on. I think it's K-Dot. He got the blessings from all the West Coast legends, including the Game. His career was bigger than the Game. The Game, he made an impact though when he hopped into the scene, and then the way his career just went. Influence, I don't think is really there. So I'll say Kendrick takes both titles.
On LA, The Game or Kendrick Lamar?
I'm just blind you nigga real quick.
Thinking about.
Oh shoot, I might have to put an epileptic warning before that happens, but yeah, lucky.
When he said done more for LA, first of all, I know Game's career is longer than Kendrick's career. Of course. So he's been around LA longer.
As a result, he's earned a dubious reputation.
Was that ridiculous?
That only seems to spiral further out of his grasp every time that a podcast mic gets placed in front of his face. It's your boy Louaista, and these are the crazy takes of Lord Jamar. And if we're talking about his wildest antics, there's no better place to start than with a rapper that he's become synonymous with hating on. From the outset of his career in Brand Nubian, Jamar has always seen himself as a gatekeeper of the culture, as well as being unrepentantly pro-black.
Well, he calls himself a gatekeeper.
The concept of a white guy from Detroit like Eminem being
course.
recognized as one of the GOATs just couldn't fly. And during his main interviews
the amount of people Eminem like vexed just for basically existed as a white guy is just ridiculous. It's just too funny, bro.
He's accidentally let it be known.
If I was Eminem, I would take the mic because I would troll.
Rent free. At one point, he even tracked down an old picture of Eminem wearing a Will Smith mask, arguing that it should be enough for him to be kicked out of the genre once and for all.
You actually posted a picture of Eminem wearing a Will Smith mask.
Like, to go out of your way, to go out of your day, to put effort in, to find something like that, like, and to post it just to bring someone else down. Bro, that's sad. Like, that's always going to be sad for me. Because, like, broski, there's nothing else going on in your life for you to be, you know what I'm saying, going like this to your phone or computer, trying to find that thing, bro. Because, come on, man.
Yeah.
You can do better.
Which, you basically said was blackface.
It's a mockery of black people. Like, a white dude wearing any kind of black mask is problematic and should be explained. I just wanted to know what the whole context was. Could it
Same,
be
to be
explained?
fair.
I know at the time,
But I ain't got a problem. Eminem's the GOAT.
Black people might have looked at Will Smith as kind of corny and like very straight-laced type of hip-hop, but that's for us to do. You crossed the line that maybe one of us could have did, but you as a white guy can't do that.
Over the years, Jamar just kept coming for Shady, all the while maintaining
Did this
that
guy ever
Eminem
diss him?
and every other white rapper was a guest in the house of hip-hop.
Did Eminem ever diss
To
him?
be truly accepted into the culture as he knows it.
Is Eminem a guest in the house of hip hop? You fucking right he is.
Initially, Shady did his
Oh,
best
he's an
to
actor as
ignore
well.
him. After all, they were on polar opposite sides of success and love from the world as a whole. But Eminem isn't a man to prod, and eventually, he couldn't stand it anymore. And on the diss-filled record Kamikaze from 2018, Eminem dedicated a few bars on the track to let the former Brand Nubian MC know what he thought about him. And as far as Lord Jamar, you better leave me the hell alone, or I'll show you an Elvis clone. Walk up in the house you own, brush my pelvic bone, you should telephone, and go fetch me the remote. Put my feet up and just make myself at home. I belong here, clown. But it didn't stop there. During a live show in Dubai, Eminem decided to take another jab at his enemy.
I had a dream that I was a nobody who sucked at rap. Oh, really? Then I woke up. And you know who I was?
Lord Jamar.
Lord Jamar.
After that other jab at his rhyming skills, he upped the intensity of his and made them more personal. Because on the track I Will from 2020's Music
There's
to
no
America,
boundaries for Eminem,
he
man.
called Lord
Don't
Jamar's
test
skills
him.
into question and suggested
God
he wasn't
damn.
the legend he thought he was. I'm more than you bargained for, and I am far more worse than a 40-some bar Lord Jamar verse. I never was, been claiming
Like,
influence
bro, the wordplay. God damn, bro.
years. If it was anyone's house, G-Rap and Rakim would be having you mop floors. Run DMC
Chai.
would be having you cleaning sinks. Your group was off the chain, but you were the weakest link. In
Chai.
response, Lord Jamar
Ooh,
returned
hold on. Double entendre that.
to the Vlad TV
Don't let it
couch.
go over your
He tried
head.
his best to act like he was unfazed by the whole thing.
I know what this jazz said, okay? And what? I'm still unscathed. Guess what? Motherfuckers still ain't listening to that in the hood. Nobody came to me in the hood and was like, yo, I just heard this Eminem song where he went at you. No, they gotta read about it on media takeout and shit
Must
like that.
read about
Because
it.
again, my point is proven. Nobody listens to your fucking shits. So I'm
Now, Jamar. I want to call you Jamal so much. But Jamar, you're trying to tell me that one of the greatest record-selling artists of all time has no listeners. Okay, has no listeners in the ends, the hood. And he sold millions. You, my friend, are the butt of the joke.
I'm chilling
Let's
right
move
now.
on.
But by the looks of it, everyone thought Jamar was pressed about the whole situation. Even though he clearly got in his feelings, there was a brief moment where Jamar actually thought he had at least made M reconsider his opinion. As in an interview with King Crooked, M basically accepted his status as a man who would never be fully accepted by certain sections of the hip-hop listenership based on his skin color.
How do you feel about
Which
the
is-
concept of white rappers being a guest in the house of hip hop?
Which isn't nice,
that's
isn't the
funny thing.
best.
I don't know if I've got a chance to say this yet, but the funny shit is, like, I with the whole beef of a certain person,
Right.
I never said I wasn't a guest. Like, I'm absolutely a guest. Like, I never said I wasn't.
Right.
And I never said I was king of anything, right?
Naturally, this made Jamar worth talking about again for a little while. and soon he was celebrating this like it was a historic victory. I guess his ego wouldn't allow him to say Lord Jamar was right the whole time, and I was
Hey, but why you guess that he's right about that?
I
mean, he's not
in the house of hip hop. But even though Eminem made that concession to his spot as a guest, this still hasn't been enough for Jamar to put the whole thing behind him. Because ultimately, his relevancy is now tied to his hatred of Eminem. And when he mentions him, it's the only time that Jamar's name becomes headline news.
I'm not trying to get back into this whole again.
That's a sad place. That's a sad place to be in.
I don't. That's a black man.
No one cares, bro.
Listen to
Damn.
the way his voice sounds bothers the f out of me. I can't listen to him.
Straight hatred.
That's just personal shit. Because again,
Straight
we
hatred.
decide who's our goats. It's not about record sales with us. It's about who we feel.
Yeah, I hear that.
We make this decisions.
Ultimately, it has not done any good in younger generations who grew up listening to Eminem or witnessed his rise to grant what he says any greater respect. Just look at Conway the Machine, literally laughing at his take
that
on
nearly
him
that
or
pulled me
other
off
white
guard.
rappers not being in the house of hip hop.
Which I have no problem with.
Oh, shit. No, I'm just saying, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm high saying that shit took me every. Go ahead, though.
And, you know, we've had these conversations over time. And then, you know, like when Royce would come on Black TV, we would discuss it.
In the house of hip hop.
But Eminem isn't the only Shady Records affiliate that Jamar has taken shots at. Because even before he was focused on taking Shady, Yellow Wolf found himself in his sight. Like most white
You look clogging a pattern here. What's the most obvious similarity between Yellow Wolf, whatever my man's name is, and Eminem? Yeah, man.
Yellow Wolf was naturally asked for his take on Jamar's suggestion that he and other rappers of his skin tone were eternally outside of the genre. But rather than completely sound off on it, the Alabama MC actually had a
Who was from Alabama as well, you know.
You know, I can agree with him on one side of it. Yeah, I think he's right. You know, white artists are definitely a guest, and when it comes to the culture of Black America's musical arts, you know what I'm saying, or whether it be hip hop or blues music or even rock and roll. You know, if you want to look at it that deep, I feel like, you know, as a white rapper, the house I've been a guest in hadn't been no, you know, good time sleepover. I haven't exactly had the red carpet laid out for me. You know, I had to fight for my spot, but you know, it is what it is.
Along the way, he also touched on Jamar's controversial views on homosexuality in hip-hop, and that's where problems really began.
And if it's a hit record, then guess what? There's a lot of people who feel the same way.
While he didn't seem to mind Yellow Wolf touching on the white rapper territory, he deemed the latter to be disrespectful, and let it be known on Twitter where he said, "My comments about Yellow Wolf were from him telling me to shut the f*** up, not about his opinion. Mr. Yellow Wolf is gonna get himself beat the f*** up if he ain't careful. F Yellow Wolf and every one of his fans." When the Slum American leader refused to respond, Jamar upped the ante and said that he'd better make amends before it was too late. "I'm not gonna give you a chance to publicly apologize," Lord Jamar said in a since-deleted interview with Star. "And if you can do that, I'll leave you alone. If you don't, if I ever see you, it's on sight. I don't have nothing to talk about. I'm running at you at 100 miles an hour. On sight." That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? So that's all I can really say. I'm not even emotional about it, really. It's nothing to me. Ultimately, this never came to anything, but he still did the utmost to help to bring him down. So when DJ Vlad started digging into the growing tension between Yellow Wolf and Eminem's Bad Meets Evil partner, Royce the 5'9", Jamar was the very first person he went to about it.
But I spoke to this person and he gave me permission to actually talk about what he spoke to me about. And this is what I heard. This is a Vlad TV exclusive, right?
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
Apparently, Royce sent one of his proteges to go work with Yellow Wolf, I guess out in Alabama or wherever. Yellow Wolf had a white DJ. And, you know, the kid who went out there was black, right? Royce's little man was black, right? So Yellow Wolf has a white DJ, and he started using the N-word around this guy. When the guy went and complained to Yellow Wolf told him that he just needs to take it. And if you're gonna work with us, you're just gonna need to take that, and you're gonna need to basically tolerate us using the N-word with the hard R.
Oh, hell no.
With
the hard R is crazy.
Using the N-word with the hard R and said, look, you know, you're gonna have to just take that, whatever. And after all this information got back to Royce, This is what triggered the diss song.
And once he had this ammunition, he ran with it immediately.
I mean, it don't surprise me, because I told you that you got motherfuckers that claim to be hip-hop fans that are actual racists against black people. Like, how are you going to say that you love hip-hop, but you don't with black people? That's the type of fan that like Yellow Wolf is breeding. You understand? It's some racist piece of trailer park, backwood, white boy rapping who thinks they're rappers, but they don't with black people. They actually hate black people.
And while Yellow Wolf has continued to keep it pushing to this day, it's fair to say
that is
Jamar
crazy, though.
favored the opportunity to help to damage his credibility in the eyes of some hip-hop fans. But it would be unfair to say that Jamar is only concerned with actively destroying other artists with his words. Other times, it's who he sees as the powers that be who are faced with his wrath. Following the tragic loss of Nipsey Hussle, there was a lot of speculation about what really went down. Some said it was simply a crime of passion from Eric Holder. Others speculated that it was a paid hit to take out the famed LA MC. But others put forth a conspiracy theory pertaining to his death that related to his championing of a man known as Dr. Sebi, a noted Honduran herbalist who claimed that an alkaline diet could cure all manner of illnesses easier than Western medicine. In interviews, Nipsey made it clear he was a big fan.
I never met him. I met his wife, and I take his products for sure. Why do they kill all holistic doctors?
Messing up the medical industry.
You shortstopping that grind. Why do you get killed for hustling in front of a spot? You shortstopping the grind. And they check is billions. You got to get flipped for a couple $100,000. So you playing with some pharmaceutical money, you know? And what's crazy, I'm working on doing a documentary on the trial in 1985. He beat the case, and he went to federal court the next day and beat that case on record, and nobody talk about it.
To this day, that documentary that Nipsey was working on has never seen the light of day. And as a man who loves a conspiracy theory, Lord Jamar was all over this.
Well, I absolutely did thinking about the Dr. Sebi documentary. That came into my mind shortly after hearing that he was. And I'm not gonna act like it's so far out of the realm of possibility. Yes, Dr. Sebi has been reported on and all of that. So it's not like he would have just been coming out of nowhere. Left Eye was messing with Dr. Sebi. That's where she died at. But see, it's all about influence. See, Nipsey had big influence, as you can see by his funeral. So when you have somebody with big influence who shines a light onto something, that can be dangerous to certain powers that be. And I think it would be a disrespect to just laugh it off and act as if it's out of the realm of possibility. Just because we have a guy named Shitty who, we have on camera shooting him, we don't know the full motivation. We don't know if this mother was paid to do what the he was doing. I'm not trying to jump into conspiracy theories. I'm not just washing it away either.
But while he was adamant that there was something to it, others were naturally skeptical.
So all you flat earth bros who believe this stupid ass conspiracy theory that Nipsey got killed because of a Dr. Sebi documentary, we're expecting something to happen to Nick as well too now, right? And I really want all these conspiracy theories to explain to me how come you can go online and pull up all these videos of Dr. Sebi. Wouldn't the government take those videos down from YouTube and all the radio stations that had Dr. Sebi on? How come none of those people got killed? Y'all had them on back in the day. In
a testament to how wild Lamar's takes can be, this is generally seen as more of a
Charlemagne got a point.
But sometimes he's simply saying what he sees, even if people don't like to hear it. As a fellow New Yorker, it's no surprise that Lord Jamar has a lot of love for the music of Biggie Smalls, even if he believes he isn't quite of the GOAT stature that some people wish to place on him.
Biggie can't be the GOAT because of his limited catalog. He said Tupac's catalog is better.
I mean, it's just bigger. It's just
way bigger.
It's just way bigger. Yeah, it's more.
Yeah, but
he got 2 albums, even though the second one is a double album, people will say
it's 2 albums.
It's still 2
albums. 2 bodies of work.
Exactly.
And he didn't have a bunch of extra stuff floating around.
But his reservations don't stop at his limited discography. Instead, he feels that Jamar's questionable lyrics fly under the radar way too often.
Well, definitely Biggie has some of the most out-of-pocket lyrics of any rapper ever, and hopefully there will never be a rapper with worse lyrics. But there's so much shit that Biggie said that people just overlooked at the time, and now when we fast forward to where we're at and we hear about all the shit with Puff,
now certain things are not aging.
Well, don't tell me Biggie was involved,
bro. It's really not aging well now. It's aging even worse. Very gay lines. Like, I don't care how good a woman looks, I would never give fellatio to her father because she's so beautiful. He said he'd RuPaul before he those ugly escape.
Although this would be horrifying to many Biggie fans, he then cited a whole variety of examples.
Liquor be digging me in my hole. Undercover, Donnie Brasco. He said, I fuck niggas who kidnap your kids, in the ass, throw them over a bridge.
On top of that, he also cited that there was a transgender actress who appeared in numerous Bad Boy videos of that golden era.
Then they're gonna go ahead and have a transgender dude in the Flavor in Your Ear video, as well as in the Big Papa video, and in the beginning of the Warning video.
No Big Papa.
The Transformer is in the bed with Biggie. And in the Flavor in Your Ear video, the Transformer is dancing behind LL.
At every opportunity,
no, that's
Rick and
crazy.
Roll sounds off on the topic
crazy.
of a homosexual influence in hip-hop and society as a whole. In fact,
bro, why is Lil Nas X always like coming on this? Bro, don't tell me this doesn't be muted. Oh, I would know anyway. But bro, why is this guy always coming on the screen?
Topics to get on his high horse about.
Well, I hate when people try to compare the homosexual plight to the black man's plight, because it's not the same plight at all. Homosexuality is a choice. Black people don't have a choice about being black.
So whenever a rapper stands accused of doing something suspect or actively outs themselves, you can bet that he'll be there with a hot take. Recently, one man who found himself on the receiving end of one of Lord Jamar's tirades was Kanye West. During his most recent run of earth-shattering revelations, Ye proved that he could still shock the public when he disclosed that back in the day, he did some inappropriate activities with his male cousin back in his teenage years. He even elaborated on it in the song titled Cousins. But where most people were just taken aback and hoped that
to let everyone know
it purely for promo, Jamar had another alternative view. In his mind, Ye disclosing that he'd done this basically meant that in all likelihood, he was still a gay man to this day.
By the time you was 14, you are what you are. You like what you like. My question is, did he go cold turkey? When he stopped with his cousin, did he go cold turkey? Or did he move on to other people? You kind of are who you are by 14 is what I'm saying. So I don't see a motherfucker just going cold turkey after that. Is this how he rose to the top? Like, is this how he became a billionaire? Because I feel like in order to get to a certain level, you got to be with the shits somehow.
To no one's surprise, Ye didn't respond to the suggestion that he'd never let go of this side of himself. But there are plenty of occasions where the general public do it for those he's taking aim at, when they feel he's just doing it for clout. A prime example of a take that had hip-hop fans rolling their eyes at Jamar's blatant attempts at rage bait came when he discussed female rappers on DJ Vlad. As when talk turned to whether or not he saw any merit in what they do, it appeared that he had no time for them whatsoever.
Do I want to listen to a female rhyming about female shit? It doesn't resonate with me. I'm getting ready to go.
Why are you?
Because when I get ready to go to the club, I'm not putting on my lipstick.
No, I hear it though. I hear it. I hear it.
Because that's what she's doing before she go do some shit.
I hear it.
So I'm not gonna. If I'm prepping to go out somewhere, that's not what I'm not gonna listen to a female. I'm not gonna get in the car and start driving around listening to ladies first. Like, it's just, it's not going to happen.
All right, so here's the question, the more questions.
But if it came on the radio, now, I wouldn't pop it in, but if it came on the radio, because I do listen to Rock the Bells Radio, LL Cool J, shout out, and that song has come on in the car before, and I didn't turn it.
Because of how far-reaching a statement like this was, people basically felt that he'd realized that controversy was a gateway to cash, and
controversy sells,
was purposefully trying to anger people. Jamar taking his be the most hated to another level kind of feels like he speaks for a whole three people. Quick, everybody quote the best Lord Jamar verse. Exactly.
Nah.
And by this point, this is by no means the last time he's made a blanket statement just to cause controversy. When discussing modern hip-hop as a whole, he insisted that there were basically no artists that he saw any value in except Pluto.
Just like what McDonald's does is not traditional cooking. You see what I'm saying? And this is not to shit on nobody, but you got fast food and you got slow-cooked home food. Now, the fast food's always going to sell more than the slow home-cooked food. Just by virtue of you can cook it faster. okay? And they got way more locations. They're probably corporately funded. Now this nice, Shay Nas, it only exists in Queens or something, and you got to get a reservation. We're not going to sell as much, but that's just going to stick to your ribs. You know what I mean? You're going to remember that meal much longer than you remember that Big Mac that you had. You dig what I'm saying? That's kind of how I see that. But now people love McDonald's, though. Don't get me wrong. I don't with it. You know what I mean? But I do with future.
As an old head to his core, there's a sense that as long as it was released prior to what it's being viewed next to, then he will naturally gravitate towards it, even if it leads to some truly ludicrous takes in the process. When discussing who is the reigning king of the West Coast, it feels almost unanimous that Kendrick is the man who's leading the charge for Compton and beyond. But if you ask Lord Jamar, his contrarian ways will see him label another Cali rapper renowned for his unique name-dropping style and crazy statements as the best.
Game is that guy, okay? Compared to Kendrick, Kendrick was like supposed to be a nerd or just a regular guy. Now all of a sudden he's like a gangbanger or some shit like that.
This was wholly rejected by basically everyone that heard it.
No one says that unless you're some delusional 12-year-old. Kendrick himself doesn't claim none of that. He ain't affiliated. He's never you're chatting. You chatting.
Say it. Lord Jamar is a flat earther who thinks he's a Native American and that slavery happened in reverse. Do with that what you will.
No.
Another user denounced his opinion on Los Angeles since he hails from New York, declaring, "Hey bruh, we're not taking any New Yorkers' opinions on LA.
Straight opposites.
They represent two different generations spanning 20 years, both carried LA for years. As time goes on, no one knows what's going to come out of Jamar's mouth next, or who will get caught in the crossfire. And for the most part, the exchange is fairly one-way traffic.
This guy kind of look like Philly though. You don't see it. Kind of looks like young Philly, fam.
As most people simply choose to ignore the former brand Nubian. But one of the most heated exchanges as of late came when he waded into the world of Keith Murray and almost got slapped for his troubles. Back in the day, Keith Murray was one of the most exciting MCs to come out of the East Coast. A member of Def Squad alongside Redman, there was a period in the mid-90s where he really had some motion. But over the years, he has battled substance issues which have played out in full view of the public. And while his biggest struggles are internal, he's had issues with people bringing it up, including Lord Jamar.
That's ass fart face get. Try to disrespect Keith Murray, I won't have it. He said when he gonna smack me. Smack who? He said when word your Rod Digger. Lord Jamal said when he see Keith Murray gonna smack me. When he smack, what you gonna do? No. What I'm gonna do? How about your question? You say you switch that blade in your mouth. No. I'm gonna have big face Larry smack him.
Pledging to slap the shit out of Jamar when he saw him again, Jamar initially called for him to get assistance to help to remedy his unruly, substance-infused ways.
Please get yourself some help, man. Hopefully, did y'all hear about the rehabs? Because I'll read them again if you want to. Just matter of fact, I won't read all the numbers, but I'll just say a couple of names real quick. Like it ought to be, I wouldn't battle this guy. Yeah, boxing, nah, nothing really. You know what I mean? Like, just get some help, bro. Just get some help. I love you, man.
Sounds like you ducking. I'm joking.
Rather than lead with respect for his privacy, he actively shared a video of Keith in an impaired state.
Yo, Keith!
Oh, they linked up.
Yeah.
Was this when the scrap was meant to happen?
Keith.
Ooh, that car looked a bit too close. Oh, I didn't know it.
Yeah. Our brother Keith Murray obviously needs serious help. He wrote in the caption, "I don't have to see this man do in front of me to know he's on drugs. Dude crossed the line with me."
If he needs help, why are you laughing at him then? Like, I can maybe understand recording it because you lot have some type of beef. Posting it is kind of a stretch as well, but the fact you were laughing as well, and then you come here and say, bro needs bare help, he's on bare drugs and that, you're just contradicting yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And I believe if he wasn't on drugs, he wouldn't have crossed, so I forgive him. We need to get our brother clean, because this is a horrible look. While he acted as though this was an attempt to give Keith a wake-up call, many people doubted his intent.
What was the point in him
posting
this to the world, even if they're, because he may seem like, they're not the closest of friends. They've had some personal issue, but even if that is the case, if it's somebody as your peer, somebody, in the rap game that and like I said, it does it look like to me? Yeah, it looks like does, right? I don't want to say he did it for clout. Maybe he doesn't understand exactly how some of these things look, and maybe he really thought he was doing the right thing.
Posting it.
My first inclination, if it was anybody I knew, even if we hadn't spoken in a while, we had some issue, if I could get in contact with some part of your family, or I could get in contact with you directly, because you're inviting eyes onto this who don't know this man, and are either going to just feel sorry for him, kick him while he's down, or laugh.
Those who were unsure of his intentions included Murray himself,
God knows
who
my
basically
intentions.
saw it as an attempt to undermine him.
Somebody got some footage of me and they tried to assassinate my character. But at the same time, they should have just played it like after BET, made it seem like it was current or something. Because BET was spectacular. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. Some people that I don't know got old footage and try to bring it out. But, God is on my side, and I don't really talk about negativity. Like, why didn't they post my BET performance? Whoever the were.
And after speaking more broadly, he then aimed at Jamar more directly.
Why didn't Lord Jamar talk about how wonderfully, gracefully I rocked the stage? Black people always try to bring black people down.
That is true.
When they doing good. The devil always comes to try to tear you down when God got a blessing for you.
That is true.
I asked Lord Jamal and whoever that other
I
person
said
was to highlight my show at the BET Awards. It went worldwide.
While Jamar has moved onto other issues since then,
that sounded
Keith has
stupid
let it be known that he still got smoke for the man that helped to put him on blast.
Genuinely, I don't like the way he dealt with you, Lord Jamal. We don't have to talk about it. If you want to talk about Lord Jamal, we can.
That's funny you say that, because when that situation occurred and all of the whatever he was saying and bringing it up, and I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you want to be a journalist, put that out there like that, but at the same time, your numbers ain't even up when you talk about it. So what did you get from it? Then I did a show with Big Daddy Kane, and I seen him. I was performing. It was him and two other guys, and I was on the stage, and I like leaped off the stage into the crowd, and then he walked up, and I just tapped his hat, and I kept rocking, like, you know what I'm saying? Then he posted me.
So it's safe to say that next time he goes through Yonkers, Jamar may want to have his wits about him in case Keith Murray wants to run the fade. Although hip-hop is seen as his area of expertise, it should be noted that it isn't just rappers who found themselves on the receiving end of his wrath. And recently, a man who has really gotten caught up in all of Jamar's hijinks is Godfrey. The famed comedian and Lord Jamar have had a long-standing bond. So much so that they even embarked on a boycott of DJ Vlad due to a dispute over
that's
how
what
he
my
discussed
man's look
Minister
like.
Louis Farrakhan.
And then Jamar goes, yo, we gotta talk to Vlad about this shit, about this something he said about the minister, blah, blah, blah. I said, you mean the speech that he did over there? I go, well, what did he say?
I like this video. I like this setup right here.
Said this. I said, no, he did not say that. Why would he lie about that? So we called him on a conference call, and then, we decided to agree to disagree. And then Jamar's like, all right, you gonna stand on your shit, we gonna stand on our shit, we out. So that was when it all started, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't been there since.
They seem solidified in this belief that such a disrespectful statement could not be endorsed. But gradually, the narrative changed to the point that he claimed he wouldn't go back, while Godfrey would.
But the fact that he said Godfrey is going to go back to Vlad.
Godfrey is going to be a good boy for Vlad. Yeah, he is. I know he is.
He's definitely going back to Vlad. And he is right there, sitting there, taking photos with Vlad. Damn near have the same shorts on.
Lord Jamar. It's been 5 years. Yeah, it's been a minute.
I feel sorry for him
because
there was
you gotta sell something.
But the builder,
like a soul.
Yeah, you gotta sell.
Like, how much does a soul cost?
But ultimately, it was Jamar who proved that he valued the attention more than his integrity by returning to the infamous channel.
All right, here we go. The interview nobody saw coming. After 5 long years, Lord Jamar,
Welcome back to Vlad TV, my first original regular guest. Has it been that long? It's been 5 years. It's been a minute.
And in the aftermath, he got dragged in the comments for sacrificing his apparent principles. Lord Jamar said, watch Godfrey run back to Vlad after they started beefing. Then he ran back. Lord Jamar officially lost this war. While this was pretty wild and hypocritical, it's only one side of the story when it comes to Jamar and Godfrey's friendship unraveling. For a little while, Jamar became a semi-regular fixture on the comedian's podcast, with the public really paying attention after he used Godfrey's platform as a way to divulge his flat earth theories.
Actually get footage of real planets taken by a P900 camera.
Bro, I can't lie, I don't know why like this topic is so like it gets so deep. I don't understand it, bro. It's like if people want to believe the earth is flat, let them believe it, even though it's factually wrong in my opinion. But to them, they just don't believe it. So, bro, that's just how it should be. It's just opinions, bro. Like, genuinely, I watched the Kyrie Irving, Louaista video, and the same thing led him, you know what I'm saying, getting scrutinized and everything in the media. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep if you believe the earth is flat, bro. Like, genuinely, yeah, people can bust jokes, but like all of this, it just doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Hang on. Okay. Hang on.
Yeah.
If you look up the footage of real planets, what they do is they pulse. They change color.
Yeah, you showed me
They
that.
change shape and all this type of shit. They are not round. The only thing that you see is round is the sun and the moon. And those things are here in our atmosphere. They
So
are
sun
not
and moon round, and then the rest flat, yeah.
The sun is not 93 million miles away.
It's just funny,
the
bro.
moon is not 230
something miles,
whatever
1,000
thousand miles away. They are right here in our atmosphere with us, just like they appear to be. And those, hang on, and there are stars, and there are moving luminaries. There are moving stars. I don't know why y'all love balls so much.
Whoa, no Diddy, son.
A lot of balls.
Why for that, bro?
A lot of balls.
Well, how is he gonna take the conversation there?
The ball loving.
So are we being teabagged right now?
I'm just saying, seriously.
There's a cosmic teabagging happening right now.
On Godfrey we trust, bro.
Like balls.
So check this: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars,
Taking
Saturn,
it
Uranus,
there.
Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. That is the order, and it's all bullshit. And
Bro, what you don't know about this one? My very earthly mother had earthly mother. Wait, my very earthly mother. Damn. Just Rastafari, I forgot it. But I know it's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and then Pluto if you're kind. So my very earthly mother just said, yeah, hold on, man.
It was the Bible is a flat Earth book. So if you believe in the Bible, you can't believe in the globe.
This eventually brought him.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
Professor Dave, a viewer of Godfrey's show, who came abroad to debate Jamar, and to say that it was a flawless victory would be an understatement.
Why you are against what he believes? How about that?
Yeah, Flat Earth is the dumbest hoax in human history. Jamar just watched some videos by Eric Dubé, who just spews a bunch of bullshit, memorized what he says, and repeats it and pretends to be intelligent. Instead, everything you say is so insanely stupid and can be disproven with, like, middle school level physics.
Really?
So, yeah, we can go ahead and you can rattle off your
Do you have a working model of a ball that has water sticking to the outside of it? Can you show me a working model of that?
A tennis ball.
Yes.
After getting so thoroughly defeated, Jamar asked Godfrey not to release
my
the
hiccup
episode,
just hit me there.
which his friend decided to comply with. But Professor Dave has screen recorded the whole thing
Bro, go
and
smoke.
continued cooking him after the fact.
I am intimately familiar with people like Lord Jamar. He's a delusional narcissist and complete douchebag whose entire identity revolves around his perceived intellectual superiority over the rest of humanity, despite being a willfully ignorant, clueless asshat.
See, I get, you know what I'm saying, describing man as all that. Because he kind of is, isn't it? But, like, that shouldn't be said just because he believes the earth is flat. Which I don't believe this guy is saying all of that just because of that, innit?
He's a flat earther. He is 100% impervious.
I thought my laptop was lagging for a second.
Facts and logic, and he will not listen
nah,
to
man said
the
deflection of his brain cells, you know.
Correct I am. But when has that ever stopped me before and made him look dumber than rocks in front of his own audience? So much so, in fact, that after less than 20 minutes of interacting, Jamar threatened to leave the studio if I wasn't cut out of the feed. And then, mere minutes after the live stream was posted to Godfrey's channel.
You love building high-performing websites, but you don't love having to chase clients down for content.
It was pulled, undoubtedly because Jamar told Godfrey to pull it, since he knew how unbelievably stupid he looked. But my friends, you'd better believe I anticipated exactly this, so I recorded the Zoom session from my end.
And once the world saw it, there was no way he wasn't gonna get cooked. You're trying to get famous out of me. Dave's sitting comfortable with 3 million subscribers. This guy isn't even good at being a flat earther. Despite how it went down, he's not claiming that he'd engaged in a similar conversation with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't respect Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You don't respect Neil deGrasse?
No, I would debate him.
Just bet up.
Really? Absolutely. Damn. He's an actor.
Just racking up enemies, man. God damn.
Howard is a smart dude, but he's off too.
The Earth is a triangle. Let me explain. There's isosceles, there's equilateral, and there's scalene. It's not a circle, it's not flat, it's a triangle. You're all wrong. All of you motherfuckers are wrong.
Now, I know where a man said the Earth is a triangle, though.
But literally no one envisions it going any other way. Jamar would lose a debate so bad he would rage quit. Jamar sounds like one of those cats back in the day who would argue that he could beat Mike Tyson in a fight. Prior to any of this even going down, most people already thought Jamar was a ridiculous being. But it's safe to say that anyone who was still capable of taking him seriously lost his way when this all began. Now, Jamar is blaming everyone other than himself, claiming Godfrey set him up for views.
I think Godfrey set you up because he knew it would go viral. Yes, people are very desperate for attention and, you know, they want to get their thing popping. And it's a shame that people that, you know, you thought you could trust would sell you out for a couple of views. Well,
check this out.
Congratulations. I hope you're happy. Hip Hop Since 72 said Godfrey didn't sell you out. You asked for a debate. That wasn't a debate though. That was a setup. Like that was usually in the debate you have somebody who's neutral. You know what I mean? Yeah, but everybody in that room was in on some shit.
And by this stage, Godfrey is easy to dispense these claims with ease, now that he's no longer concerned with protecting their friendship.
He said, I'm going to take some legal action, you know, and then he goes, I didn't sign anything to show my, I was like, that you can't, you've been on my podcast before, now you're doing this legal shit, whatever, it's clever, you can't do that, like, now you're going to do a lawsuit on me, like, what? You called them F words and all kind of other shit, you know? So, and it's almost like you're trying to make up a beef, I guess. Maybe that's a rap thing. He tried to drink you.
It's a rap thing.
Like, I'm like, huh? It's like, you're bad. Your enemy is the guy Dave, not me. And then you're calling a sucker bitch and all this other shit. I'm like, maybe you're that kind of guy. Maybe you're that kind of whack ass dude. Maybe that's what you are.
Don't have it.
Like I said, let me just cut my money up. Yeah. And then you're saying, oh, they're just doing this for views. What individual on social media is not doing shit for fucking views? What mother? If you ain't doing shit for views, you should not be on social media. Everybody wants views. That's why everybody and their mama is twerking on whatever. They're doing sketches with their kids so they can be fucking influencers. You have to have views. That is how these fucking things work. Views work. That's how you get money, okay? That's how everybody's doing this shit for views, and you right, I'm doing this for views.
But he's implying you sold him out for views.
I sold him out for views. That's what I did. I sold him out. My views came because he's been on my show. Stop.
Through his constant campaign of hot takes and wild statements, Lord Jamar has created a bizarre cultural niche for himself. At once irrelevant and relevant.
Well, I do recognize this guy. This is not my first time
Jamar has
setting eyes
ensured
on him.
that he'll
Why for
keep
that?
getting coverage so long as the ludicrous claims keep coming. However, it's hard to imagine
Controversy
that this
sells.
fulfilling road for someone who was once a genuinely influenced and talented MC to go down. But whatever keeps
Influenced,
you in the spotlight,
not
right? Damn,
influencing.
that must be a hard way for a person who thinks he's
Not
so
influenced.
intelligent to have to get their back. As always, it's your boy Louaista, and I want to thank y'all for watching today's video. I'll catch you on the next one.
Peace. Peace. Wait, hold on. Let me actually get this spot. Why is it so dark all of a sudden? The flip. It's in my eyes. It might be my eyes. Wait, hold on. Bro. Okay. Close the curtains and then we're good. You know what I'm saying. Oh my god. Sorry, YouTube, my bad. I'm gonna just sort my thing up. It's the middle. Wait. That looked like ash. I promise you, Lomani ashy, bro. The flip. Where am I going? Mani ashy, trust. Yeah, I don't know. I just spotted something on my hand. That was mad. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you lot. And yeah, man. Now you lot know who Lord Jamar is if you didn't. And this is why everyone hates him. I don't, but he said some mad things in it that man don't agree with. Yeah? So that man